Yo, what the fuck is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Fenn again, September 20th, 2025. I had a dream. I'm gonna explain it to you guys. And yeah. So, what the dream was about, basically, I'll get the whole premise about it. Basically, it was a dream about me getting canceled. Not over the internet, but in person. It revolves around my time in school as a senior, and I will play it out. So the dream takes place at two places: Meyer, which is a fast not fast food joint. Why did I say fast? Myers, which is a grocery store, and my school that I graduated from, my high school. And I'm recording on my phone, right? I'm recording my experience at Meyer, right? For some reason, I don't know why, but like our class, our school, or something like that, or like a handful of people from my school, including me, were at Meyer for some reason, right? Because when I was walking around Meyer, I don't know if I was with a person or something like that. I forgot. The dream kind of jumps around a little bit, but I was walking with somebody, one of my friends, more than likely, and we were just walking around, and I was recording, kind of like a Twitch streamer. They would record and stuff like that. I was recording my face, right, because I was gonna upload it on YouTube. And we're walking around, and they're in grocery stores. You know how like there's like, it's not like an aisle, but it's like a big kind of like, there's like a, it's not like, it's kind of like those refrigerating things, or like those things to keep it cool, right? Like for example, like it's a shelf, right? It's not a fridge, but it's a shelf that's like, it's cold, right? If you put your hand in the shelf, right? That's usually where they have like the cheese and stuff like that, like the deli products. More than likely, like, yeah, the deli products, the cheese products, dairy products, I should say. That's not milk. It's like where like the butter is and stuff like that. And there's this kid, right? He doesn't exist, right? It's like this brown, tan kid with curly hair, like brownish curly hair, right? He's a freshman. He doesn't exist, right? I don't know why this random kid was just there, right? But again, this kid doesn't exist. He is purposely like, he's like walking. He's kind of like those, like, you ever played like, it's kind of like Mario, right? There's like that like thing that goes back and forth, right? Like one, like they just walk in a line back and forth, kind of like to block you off. It's kind of like in Mario Kart Wii, I believe. Yeah, Mario Kart Wii, Coconut Mall. There's the cars that go back and forth, back and forth. It's kind of near the, like the end, right? Where like they, yeah, that's basically kind of what he was doing. And I was like trying to get past him, right? And he kept on trying to block me, right? So then he, was moving back, right? And I told him, hey, you're a fucking faggot, right? You're a fucking faggot. And I hope your mother gets raped, you cornball. And then I walk past him. I didn't want to say it out loud, right? I'm not, I know I shouldn't say this, right? Because why would you actions speak louder than words, right? I don't know why I said this. I'm not really a homophobic person or anything like that. I'm also not the type of person to be like, hey, I hope your mom gets. That's terrible, right? That's awful, right? And, but for some reason I said that in my dream, though. I don't know why, right? I said this while also having the phone recording me while saying that. So I'm like, right? And the kid's just like stunned, right? And then I walk, past him, right? And I turn around. I'm like, hey man, I'm sorry that I said that to you, alright? Don't take anything what I said personally. And I just kept on going with the person I was next to. And I didn't think nothing of it, right, in my dream. Next day rolls around. At the Meyer again for some reason, right? I'm assuming it's a Sunday, right? Because uh, tomorrow after this dream, uh, right? Because the day before I called the kid, whatever. Today, right? It's the one I'm gonna be talking about now, and then tomorrow in the dream would be a Monday, right? Because it involves a school. So I'm in Meyer again, walking around, and my art teacher that I had, shout out to Miss Hominick, respond to my messages, by the way, Miss Hominick, respond to them. I was walking around just by myself, right, with obviously kids around, other students, classmates, and she's like, "Hey, are you okay?" I was like, I was confused. I'm like, "Yeah, what's going on?" And she like grabbed my arm and yanked me to the card section. The card, as in like those like birthday cards, those cards you get, right? Like a congratulations card. Those cards, not like gift cards or anything like that, but like those cards, envelopes, I should say. And she's like, "Hey, I saw your video and like, you know, people were going nuts over it." And I'm like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, do you not know what's going on?" No, right? And I look at my phone. The video has 467 views, right, or something like that, right? And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I look at it, right? It only has one like. I can't see because you know how YouTube got rid of the dislike thing. Well, they didn't get rid of it, but they like because you could still view it. It's just on like different like things and stuff like that. But I just couldn't see the dislikes. But I only had one like, and I look at the comment. I only got one comment, right, from somebody I went to high school with. Shout out to, I'm not gonna mention their name, but we're cool, right? They're also LGBTQ, right? So shout out to you. I'm not gonna mention your name, but shout out to you, because we're pretty cool. And they're like, "Whoa, this video is crazy, dude," or something like that, something along the lines. And I'm like, I didn't even know about this, right? I knew I uploaded the video, but I didn't know people were gonna give a fuck, right? I apologized, right, to the kid, right, for calling him that, right? And my teacher, the art teacher, Miss Ham, that's what we call her, is like, "Whoa, this ain't good. You might have to delete that video," right? And I'm like, I'll probably have to, right? Side note, I actually did not delete the video. The video doesn't exist, right, in real life. Obviously, it's a dream. I don't know why I have to keep on mentioning that, but just for people that are just morbidly curious, no, I don't have a video where I'm, outright going up to a kid walking in Meyer, blocking me off, telling him, "Hey, your mother's gonna get raped, and you're a fucking faggot," and like, the fuck. And just like, yeah, whatever. So I'm walking around, right? And people are coming up to me like, "Dude, did you really do that to him? Like, did you really say that?" I'm like, "Bro, who was that kid, bro? Like, I didn't even know." I apologized to him, right? And the thing is, though, is that people weren't even pissed off that I said I would rape his mother, right? People, or like I threatened to do that, right? Or not. I didn't say I was going to do it. I said that his mother was going to get, right? Not that I was going to do it, but his mother, But they weren't pissed off that I said that. They were more pissed off that I used the slur, the F slur, right? Like, "Dude, did you really use the F slur in your thing? Did you really call him a faggot?" I'm like, "Dude, I didn't mean to say that, man. I apologized to him, right?" They weren't like being hostile. They were just like, "Dude, did you really say that? Did you really do that, man?" I'm like, "Oh my god." And the next day comes. It's a Monday now, right? I'm like so scared to go to school, right? I'm looking at my Discord messages, this kid named T, right? I'm not gonna mention his full. Well, fucking, I'll mention his name. His name is Tyler, right? And in real life, I don't mean to blast Tyler like this. Tyler is known to be a little kind of an edgelord, right? Saying stuff that is borderline alt right, borderline pretty. How can I say this? Pretty racist, and he was like, "Dude, there's no way that you said that, man. Dude, you're wild," which is hilarious and an oxymoron in itself. Because in real life, this dude says the N word with the hard R, and no one checks him. They like run up on him like, "Did you really say?" Like in real life, like he's been run up like twice, right? And nothing has happened to him, right? He's still alive, as far as I can tell, as far as I am concerned. And you know, I'm like, dude, I don't even know if I should go to school, man. And I'm having all these thoughts, right, in my first hour class, because in real life, in my senior class, because again, this story takes place as a senior. In my first hour class, it's financial lit. I had a teacher in that class, well, obviously because it's a class, but I had two teachers, but one teacher was primarily there because she taught second, third, fourth, fifth. I think no, second, third, fourth, sixth hour maybe or something like that. But she taught uh, those hours, right? In first hour, she's all just gonna be alone, so she was in our class most of the time. Just be like an extra teacher, right? And we have obviously the main teacher, right? That's teaching us, and we had a test that day, right? We had a test that in the dream we had a test. I am thinking like, dude, they're probably gonna cancel me. Like what if I have like a thought of like they won't let me do the test because I said this and I got canceled, you know, in school, you know. And then I'm just like having all these like crazy thoughts, like, dude, man, I should really delete that video, man. I'm getting canceled. I walk around, I get weird stares in the hallway and stuff like that once I actually go to school. And then people were like, whoa, man. No, nobody's hostile. They're just like, they were like, just coming up to me like, man, did you really, dude, you're crazy for that. And I'm like, man, what's going on, bro? Seriously, what's going on? Then, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I wake up. Wake up. First thing I am thinking when I wake up in real life is, wait a minute, I graduated. Man, what the fuck? This shit ain't real. For a minute, I was scared though. I'm not gonna lie. In my dream, man, because I don't know. In my dream, I do a lot of crazy shit. I'm like, oh man, dude, I really do that. Like, I'm falling and I can't turn back. Like the survival of the fittest, Mob Deep. I'm falling and I can't turn back. Yeah, that's what it felt like. I know I'm not looking at the camera right now. Now I'm looking at the camera. Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like. And you know, it's wild that something like that happened in my dream, right? Especially considering, again, I'm not a homophobic person or anything like that. I'm not like a terrible person. At least I believe so. I'm not a terrible person. I'm not a terrible person like that. But it's crazy that in my dream, I was just silenced verbally. Just like that. But yeah, woke up, graduated, don't have to experience that ever again. Unless, well, when I say again, I mean high school again. Right? Unless I, for some reason, just want to. I don't even know if you can even, can you do that? Can you just randomly go back to high school if you graduated high school? I don't think you can. If you can, that's kind of, that's like peaking in high school mentality. Yeah, coffee at 4 p.m. and all right. But yeah, that was my dream that I had. A very interesting dream, a very chaotic dream. It's something that is very weird, you know, especially because people were getting on me for calling him a slur and not saying that. I hope his mother gets touched, right? Physically assaulted in a horrible way, you know. But it is what it is. Right? Thankfully, I won't ever experience that, and yeah, that was my dream. So yeah, got nothing else to say, but take care. All right, be good people. All right, be good people.